Hello everyone and welcome to another video tutorial about developing the radar system. Now in this video and to be honest between the two videos I just took some parts of bootcamp train and I didn't import any of the trees, any of the nice things about this map, just some buildings and some rock and a bridge, things like that, and they are all grouped under the train. So if I deactivate it, you will see that nothing's there. Another thing is the radar itself that came from bootcamp. So if for example, oh sorry, the radar should be visible, the train should be invisible. So the radar is all these things, okay? And you can see that now it's invisible. I added a first-person controller and I changed the GUI of the radar just so that you know there is something new. In previous episodes I showed you guys how to do it. Now looking at here, we have this guy that is the radar GUI, I think, if I'm right. No, it's the radar, sorry, system itself. Ending point is just particle system effect, as you can see. The radar arrow is that little tiny arrow thingy there. Radar camera, well, we may not need it because we can make it by the script itself, but I'll keep it as reference yet. The occluder, if you recall, is the magic behind the circular shape of the radar, and radar point, that is this GUI itself, okay? And of course the radar map, that's the plan that has the map, and that's it. Now if you guys recall from previous video tutorials, when I was doing the camera, I used something like where is it? Yeah, I used to set the X and Y both to the same number. Now this is wrong. Why is it wrong? Because you never render the game in a square by square aspect ratio. You have these aspects and even the free aspect for mobile games. Now how the hell should we handle this? Because if you recall, my camera was on negative something on X, and that's wrong. Now if you see, the height and width of the default bootcamp camera is not the same, because they are using this aspect to manage the width and height, and then you can easily figure the X and Y. Now I put some comments to show you guys how it's done. First, we need to find the aspect, and that would be done like this. Now I need to define two floats as radar size, and of course sorry, I'll remove this guy. We will speak about the other comment later on. Now that I have the radar size, let's go down to where I'm defining the camera. Here is the magic. We should define two other variables. So float height equals screen dot height, and float width equals screen dot width, of course. Then we will define another float calling it aspect equals width, no, sorry, height divided by width. Okay, so we have this comment down, and now I will add two more things here, W and H. Now this is W, so I can simply say that W equals this and this. Of course I don't have these two, so it will be height and it will be width. Okay, map size is something that I defined right now here, and it's called radar size. So take it down. Where was it? Here. Okay, and the comment here says that my H equals to this guy. And now why can't I have the radar size? Something's wrong here. Oh, settings dot, sorry. Okie dokie, here. Settings dot radar size, and remember it's the same as height, so I can do this. Now that I have the width and height, I can easily say when I am positioning the camera on top left, the X is simply be 0 and Y will be 1 minus H, or the height. And here it's lesser X, not capital, so X. And here it's equal to half of the width minus 0.5, and I should add an F here, and Y is the same as before, meaning that Y equals 1 minus height. And again, now when we are on top right, we need to reduce it by full width, and height is again 1 minus full height. And so on and so on. So X semicolon Y, where did my mouse go? Come on. Okay, F minus half of the height, because now we are on the center of the height, and again now we are on center of the screen, so both of them should be like dividing the width and height by half, and use the equation F H. There we go, we don't need this. And again X W. Now we are at the bottom. No, sorry, it's the middle right yet. So F and H, and that's it. Okay, now we are at the bottom. So here at left bottom of the map, both x and y should be zeroed out. And again, x goes to the middle of the screen. And y remained 0. As you can see, before on the previous script, I found that the y equals to 0 was nice for the bottom, but for the top I had problems. That was because I wasn't using the aspect. And there we go. Now let's take a look and see if it works. What now? Settings does not contain a definition for rudder height. What the hell? Oh, come here. Settings. Where am I using it? Oh, I'm not using the aspect at all. Something went wrong. Come on. Where did I use the aspect? Ah, this is the aspect. Okay. So we will say W equals aspect multiply h semicolon and no, yeah, W equals aspect multiplied by h, and before that I need to say that h equals settings dot rudder size. And where do I use here? Okay, let me do stuff really fast and easier by making these guys capital. H, so x, y equals w equals h equals 0, and now this is becoming h, w, and h. So now I can easily uncomment these and everything should work. Y and put an F here and a semicolon. Okay. Uh, Anything else? No. I forgot to uncomment this guy and remove this guy. Okay. Now the code is okay. All the errors should gone. And where is my radar system? This is radar system, so let's rename it. Now I should see a camera under it. There is no object in the game with the tag player, of course. So I forgot to tag it player and graphics main camera. Okay. So clear. There we go. Radar cam. Now the radar cam is looking top down. No, what the hell, why didn't you rotate? Did I even use that aspect yet? So transform that rotation. Yeah, I'm transforming it. Was it named properly? Radar camera, yeah, it's naming properly. And if I make it center screen, it's calculating, okay. Now not match end sample, begin sample, null reference, exception, check camera, line 190, right here. Objects dot player dot something. So I assume that the radar system objects player. Can't you find a player? No. Okay. So let me see. If not check player, okay, check player says that if it's null, find GO, if not underline player. Oh, and I forgot to assign it. And I'm okay. So objects dot player equals to GO, and where I'm using it I should replace it by this. So come down, yeah. Anywhere else? For game object that transform, no, that's okay. So save it back, and now I should compiler error. Why? What's the compiler error? Clear internal compiler, see the console log for more. Thank you for this interesting log error, not to all. Oh yeah, the error was there because I was opening it by double clicking, and now two more Visual Studio but 2010 is opening. So let me handle it and come back. Okay, sorry guys. Now Before continuing on the script, let's just unparent these guys. Yeah, I want to lose the prefab actually. Okay, and now I can get rid of this. Now let's rename this to the same rather, and I like to do it this way. I'll make points and parent it to radars. Now the ending point goes to the point, and these guys goes to the radar itself, and I can get rid of this. Now if you recall, in objects we have ending point, that's this guy. North is nothing, endpoint indicator is the radar arrow. North indicator we don't have, map plan is this guy. Radar GUI is this guy. Nope, sorry, radar point. Okay. And radar occluder. Where did I want the occluder? Come on. Prefabs? Oh, I should make the occluder a prefab. So in assets, let me create another folder and call it prefabs, and make the occluder out and make a prefab from it. And now I can delete the occluder, and in the radar system I can make it a prefab. So now if I run the game, no matching profile, begin sample, null reference again, but this is 339. Okay, let's see what it missed. 339 geo camera occluder. Oh yeah, because yeah, we don't have anything like that. Then we are instantiating it. So what's the problem here? Huh. Okay. Let's just comment this guy and say that geo equals to instantiate prefabs.occluder as game object, and make it game object or equal where I can say. And so what's the problem here? Clear. The game object can only be in one layer. The layer needs to be in the range 0 to 31. Now, where is it now? Line 77. And initialize. Something tells me that, yeah, okay, so geo.layer equals to 0. Did it solve it? Clear, come on, and play. What now? 97. Of course, this is the line 342, and that's here. Okay. Now, here, if you recall, I'm using a string for the radar layer. I'll delete this guy and show you another trick. I'll define a layer mask, okay? Because I really know that what's happening now. If you know, I didn't add the layer called radar, and that was the whole reason it couldn't find it and assign it. But you may forget it and you may not know what's going on because you are not the developer of the script. So this is one way of doing it. Now, instead of this bit shifting, I can simply say it's settings dot layer. Okay, and when I'm instantiating it in the here for occluder, instead of it, I can say settings dot layer. Okay, and check occluder, materials, check GUI, and after all of it, I'll say objects dot radar. Come on. Objects dot radar GUI dot layer equals settings dot layer, and endpoint. Now here I will say else objects dot endpoint dot layer equals to, oops, what am I doing, wrong keys, equals to settings dot layer, and I'll take this all. Now north, we don't need to show it, but I'll do it anyway. In theory, the north point should be only an empty game object, but who knows. Now else, and this is map plan. This is north indicator, and we have it all the way here. So dot mi north indicator. Come on. Dot control V dot ni north indicator. Yeah. And this is endpoint indicator, so dot endpoint indicator, and that's it. So the next thing, bleeps, colors, tags, map, and the radar cam itself, why not? So radar cam dot layer equals to settings dot layer. There we go. And right before initialization gets finished, I'll say game object dot layer equals to settings dot layer. There we go. So if I run, yeah, what the hell? Moving 5 fail. Try again. Not sure what was that. Anyway, if I play now, I will get the same error. But if I go to the radar and we'll go to the settings, please. Inspector. Okay, let's add the radar. And there is my inspector. Come on. Radar arrow, radar arrow. Ah, come on. Don't tell me it was about this. Reset. Not again. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now, if you look in the settings, I have this guy. Says layer to nothing. I can change it to radar now. And now I can say that I'm safe and I shouldn't get any errors again. But in lots of it this time. Why is it? Behavior is missing, not my problem. So the layer itself is an int. Settings.layer. What's it now? It's a layer mask. Dot value. Yeah, theoretically it should be working now, but it doesn't. Clear. Or I can do this. Something ugly. Int layer equals layer mask dot name, no, layer to name, name to layer, and it is settings dot layer dot to string. And now if I debug dot log the layer, what should I get is 256 -1. Now this is interesting. Settings.layer. How should I solve the issue is I'm dumb. Settings.layer dot value. Okay, now if I bit shift it to 1 layer, it should be the same. A 256 and the radar is transparent FX. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, 256 is the correct one. And how do I know that? Because it's layer 8, and if you do 2 power of 8, you will get 256. Exactly this guy. So that one is okay. This one is not okay. So what we can do is get the handy dandy reference manual. Now, scripting, object, layer, and search it. Game object at layer. No, 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 no. That's the same thing I want. Equals to, put the game object in the ignore raycast layer. I know that. I'm doing it, but it's not working. Oh, wait. Layer 2, and that's ignore raycast. Uh-oh. So it's different from the way we are using the layer masks, because layer masks equals 2 power of 8, but now we want the 8, not 2 power of 8. Now, how the hell should I solve it? There's no easy way, it seems. Yeah, it should be something like reverse of 2 powering 8 to get the 8. I'm not sure what the function is. Let me see. Okay, it's mathf, because everything we have is in here. Absolute, cosinus, approximately, sinus tangent, sail to int, clamp point, closest power of 2. No. Delta angle, epsilon, floor, gamma to linear, infinity, inversely. With power of 2, lerp, linear to gamma, log 10. Maybe before that, debug dot log this guy. What now? Another parenthesis. Okay, and I didn't mean that. Now let's see what I get. No, definitely no. Okay, so it's not log 10. Of course it's not log 10. Log. 5, not even close to. There we go. I got it. Okay. So, let me show you what the mathf.log do. Derp of me to forgetting mathematics. Now, you see logarithm of 6 in base of 2. Basically, what's it? Let me get a handy dandy thing like Photoshop on. When the Photoshop came on, I'll come back. Okay. Now, the log file. Sorry, I'm writing with the mouse. Is not something like interesting. Something was, if I correctly, it was something like this in math. Now, there is a base here, okay? and there is your number. Now when we say 2 power of 8 equals to 256, if we do the log of base 2, the number 256, it means that divide 256 by 2 and go until you can't divide it more, meaning that you will get 1. Okay, if we can. So we know that if we continue dividing 256, some place we will have 2, and if we continue dividing it by 2, we will eventually get 1. So we can't divide it by 2 and get a round number. This is the place that the log file, log method in mathf will count the times he divided this number by 2 until it gets this place, and it gives back that number, and that's the 8. That was exactly what we were looking for. Okay, so that's the job of log f. So no, thank you. Okay, so now that I have the mathf, I can simply say that GameObject.layer equals to this. Okay, and theoretically it should, what the hell now, give me back my layer. Why it's cast it to int, please. And what's wrong with you? Yep. Okay, now let's see if it works, because I honestly want to see it works. And no, the game object can only be in one layer. The layer needs to be in 0 2. Now what now? Oh, I didn't need the beat shifting. Okay, I just needed to cast it int. Now, come on. There we go. So now it's okay. Okay, so I'll take all of this and go, oh, come on, I don't want you. Go one by one and find where did I assign it. And check stacks color belief in objects. A bit of mathematics helps. Okay, so if I play it now, I should see the camera somewhere around. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. So I'm seeing the radar at least, and I'm missing something critical. If you recall, I don't see this guy. And why is that? Maybe I forgot something. Let's check the objects. No, I'm assigning the object itself. I don't have the player. I assign the camera, and in objects endpoint is okay, north is okay, map plan is okay. So why don't see that? Hmm. Why don't I see it? But something's sure, and that is that if I pause it, if you check the camera, it's there. The occluder is a bit higher than uh, oh, it's higher. It should go below it. Yep. Okay. So first things I discovered is that the occluder, I'm placing it plus 20, and this guy is plus 10. So I'll remove this. That's the first part. Now why don't I see this guy? It's on the layer called radar, and this camera should see it. Why don't I see it? Why don't I see it? Another thing is that the arrow is should come at least higher. So the arrow it's endpoint indicator. Oh, well, if I'm taking the other objects, namely where I'm replacing it here, that's the north indicator, and endpoint indicator, of course. So I'll change it to 20 and north point to 20. This should solve the issue there, but I still don't know why don't I see this guy in here. Okay, now let's change the setting to where is it? Come on, position to top left at least. Okay, it's there, but I can't see the map plan itself. Why is it? Should I move it below? No, it won't help, of course, but everything else is working. You see, they jump, everything is okay except this guy. Why is it? Why is that? Maybe because this guy is not large enough? Doesn't sound like, but meh. We can never be sure. No, it's not the point. So, now we have a bit of problem. It's in radar layer. That's okay. The camera is reading the radar layer only, and occluder is alpha cancel, arrow is whatever, radar point is vertex slit. Everything should work. But for some odd reason I can see the radar map. If I say to default, no. Huh. What's the problem? Ah, you see? Haha. Okay, so it seems that my far clip plan wasn't set okay, and I don't have any settings for that. So let's add them. So let's add another class, system.serializable public class, and call it camera settings. Now for the camera settings, first you come here, then the position can come here, and camera can rotate, comes here. Now public float near clip plan equals to 0.1 f. Public float far clip plan equals to 1000, and we have lots of errors. First, we need to address it somewhere. Now in the settings, I'll say public camera settings, and I'll say camera, and let's go. Oh, come on, please get away. What's the point in that? There we go. Settings dot camera dot layer. That's something that needs to be tweaked everywhere. Check camera, check player. Let's go on and find everything. Any red? Here is again another red, another red, another red. Check maps. Oh, I should recheck this guy again. Okay, colors, blips, and there we go. And materials of course didn't change, so no errors. Now going back to where I'm creating the camera, checking for the far clip plan, near clip plan. If I'm tweaking it, so it's equals to settings dot camera dot near clip plan. This guy is equals to settings dot camera dot far clip plan. What else? Orthographic size. This is something that I need to make again. So where did I define? Okay, here. And public float orthographic size equals to 32 by 33 f. and back equals to settings.camera.orthographic size. There we go. Now the main issue was that the camera's far clip plan wasn't enough. Yeah, what's now? What now? Did I forgot it somewhere? No, it came back to 206. 206 settings.camera.layer.value. Did I forgot to reset it? Camera layer, come on. Oh yeah, okay. So my derpness, play it, and there we go, you have it. Of course the map isn't showing well. Let's move around, it will help. Derp, forgot that it's not moving with me, but you can see that we have the map now. Okay, so now to have the new stuff. First I should check that colors versus tags that I forgot. So the third was yellow, I will remember that, and clear and play. It should add another color, but bow, index out of range, array index out of range, 249. Now new stuff, 249. If color I, come on, I'm doing something derpness here. Let me check. Before anything, I should have got this log error. Yeah, here it is. You don't have any map textures, okay. You don't have proper colors versus tags relationship. The missing colors would fill with white or would be missed if color is greater. Okay, so first let's go the other way. And what the hell? Come on. Okay, the color is somewhere that I don't want. There we go. So if I play, it should get rid of this gun. Okay, and no errors. But now it didn't set the colors correctly. So first get this one done. So color temp equals new one, colors, equals new color, tags.length, okay, size equals to length, we are checking that if the length of the previous color is less than or equals to tags length. If not, that was the new case, it will be equal to tags length. Okay, now for var I, I'm derp. Here I should say to the size, if I is less than or equals to size, No, I'm doing something. Colors dot length. This is not true. Okay, here we'll use the size. Now we are getting the previous colors as temp color. If this is not the correct condition, if size is greater than temp color dot length, and now the I is greater than temp color dot length, then we are exceeding it, so we are in this condition. And else this. Let's test it. So it's 4 red, white, white, and at least no error there. Now if it's 2, now it's 3, okay, and no errors. So, oh, come on, 2, come on. Now it's 3 and no errors. At least we got rid of the errors. Now why it's not working? This one should work. Colors of I equals to temp color I. Okay, and after all of it we say colors dot, nope, colors dot, do we have any refresh or anything else like that? Oh, I had seen something. Set value. Okay, that's set. Come on, no, it's not that. And here I checked that it's okay. Quick bleeps anyway. Now why don't I get the color? Because I am saying temp color equals new color length, and I'm not setting it. Okay, temp color equals to colors, and now I'm setting it. So we got the colors. We have a new color, but it's black. It should be white. Come on, pause it. And if I have 4, oh, 4. Okay, and I'll set this one to something like this, and this one to something like this. I really have no choices here because, yeah, I can. Okay, now this guy is okay, simply like this. Okay, now if I run, I should remove this guy but keep these guys. There we go. But I don't get the correct color because it should be white, not black. And why is that? Now instead of this, or greater than or equal. That was the point. Nope. Okay, let's test this guy. Yeah, it's adding 3, but all 3 of them are black, meaning this condition never met. Okay, what I'm saying is that if size is greater than the current color length, okay, we are meeting this one, and I'm derp. No, the current eye is greater than 10 color length. Okay, let's do a little stuff. Debug dot log warning. Oh, okay, I plus size plus the temp color dot length. Let's see what the cannot be used before it is declared. Didn't I declare it already? I'm okay. I forgot this. Now I should get lots of logs. Yeah. Okay, in first run, temp, what the hell am I getting? Okay. Yeah, of course it should never met, because 2 is not greater than 2. But I didn't want that. Okay, here is my error. In here, I should use colors.length. And this should work now. And of course, this should meet now. So run it again. Now index out of range 2, 5, somewhere here. So the condition is wrong. No. If colors dot length is greater than previous one and I is greater than previous one, okay. And again index out of range. What am I doing wrong here? Let me see. Instead of this, let's say it's tags.length. And if tags.length is greater than previous one and the I is exceeding the previous one, this is the same. Or I can go to the previous condition, but okay, let me see. I'll say if I is less than or equal to this guy, then do this. Else, do this. And again, index out of range. O, O, O. -1. Is it the reason? I don't think so. No. So we are going through this for what, 3 times, but not 5 times? Let me see. Now we are going through all. Okay, what I'm looking at here is the debug, the size and the temp. Uh-oh, this is the wrong part. You see, I'm saying that if temp color length is less than tag, then put it as temp color. Else, if temp color is greater than tag, put it as tag. It's completely vice versa. And now it should work. No? Let me see. Okay, now the size is 5. Let's take a look. In first run, I is 0. We have it. In second run, I is 1, less than temp color. Oh, okay. So first error, remove equal. Where is it? Okay. In next loop, I is not less than temp color anymore. So we will fall through here. And now I can say I equals size, and rerun it. There we have it. Okay, so what happened was this error. First, I completely reversed the order of taking this, because if the length is less than tag, we should set it equals to tag. If the temp color is greater than tag, then wait a minute. Now we will have the opposite effect, I think. We'll say it 9. and now I should have an error. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it should be equal to tags.length. No. Tags. And now in both directions I should be okay. Yeah. And if I put it 2 and we run it, yeah. Now I can completely remove it. Because now I know that the size is this guy and I don't need debug anymore. Okay, what I'm doing is, let's go through all of that. First, we defined that here the color's length is not equals to tag's length. So in any case we have a mismatch. We are warning the player. Now we are defining a temp color and assign all the current colors to that. Okay, then we are using the tag length to create a new array, so we are matching this condition now, and then go through the loop, and because these two are the same length, now we are only need to see if the current counter is less than the previous counter. If it is, then we are assigning the previous color. If it's not, then we are assigning a new color. Now my only concern is that if we have 5 colors here, and let's set this one to this one to something like this, and the last one something like this. If I run it, I should say that nothing should happen to the colors. Okay, now if I have one extra, I should have one white on the end. That's it. And if I have for example, like before, 3, now I should get rid of these 2 and see only the first 3 of them. Okay, it's working. Now the vehicle was yellow, if you recall. Okay, so let's go through the logic again. Now I'm countering to the tag's length because my mindset is that this is the most critical part for the radar blipping. Okay, and from top to bottom you will set the tags first. Then I'll move objects, prefab settings, all the things top. But yeah, anyway, we set the colors based on the tags. That's the whole point. So I'm checking if the counter is less than predefined the color set, then we are okay. We are using previous colors. If by any means we are exceeding that number, then we are using white. Now what's the meaning? If my tags count is less than the previous colors, I don't need to do anything because this loop only goes to tag lengths and we are defining it as tag lengths. If by any means the tags is greater than the color, then this will meet because this is the previous lesser number and here we are using the greater number, if it makes any sense. Please, if it's not, just go and review it a bit. Okay, so by this point my initialization should be finished except these two, check materials and create materials. Now there are two materials that we need to check. First, we have transparent vertex slit. Okay, this one is again transparent vertex slit. This one is transparent vertex slit. This one is a particle system. It can be anything, but there's something that is not transparent vertex slit, and I can't really find it now. Where is it? This is arrow, this is map. Where was the calling mask? Oh, the calling mask is this guy. Alpha cancel, sorry, alpha cancel. Now, I won't assign it in the script because I will give you this as prefab. So we need just to check that there is a material that has transparent vertex slit and assign it to these guys. Now each one of them has different texture, and that's something that we need to address. Let me think. You know, I don't need this at all. The only thing is that I'll relay on guys. Yeah, why not? And I don't have it. Less initialization. Now, the initial state is all done. From now on, we are going through awake and start. We don't have anything other than that in start. Here, all the magic will start here. First of all, we need to move the camera, doesn't we? Let's see. We have a radar cam. If I move it, everything's moving on it. Okay? So I don't need to do anything about it. Now, I assigned it to objects. So let's say objects dot camera dot transform dot position equals to new vector 3 player dot transform dot position dot x comma 0 comma again the same thing and v. Okay, and this is z, but I don't want that. I will use, instead of all of this, transform dot move, or is it something like this, camera dot move? No. Okay, transform dot position dot, do we have anything like move here? Nah. Okay, equals to this, and instead of all of that, I take it new vector 3, and here I'll just paste it dot y, because I don't want to change the y. So there we go. Now the magic happens about the radar system, guys. You don't believe me? Just watch. I'm moving, okay? And the camera is moving, and the map is updating itself. Of course, you don't see any direction indication, anything like that. But let's go toward the bridge. Here I should see something. Yeah. Okay, so everything's okay. Now the map is moving, but hey, it's not rotating. So the next part, we say if settings dot camera can rotate, then again Control C, Control V, but instead of position we say that rotation equals to player dot transform dot rotation. That's it. And in radar system settings, camera can rotate. Now play it. Ah, something's happened. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's going on? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at all of that junk. First of all, why can't I see them in the sky? Something's not correct. Rather, oh, wait. Main camera. Shouldn't see the radar. So, calling mask. Not everything, sorry. I don't want radar. Okay, that's first part. Now I remember. In camera, come on. Check camera. It's in initialize state. Check camera before anything else. Transforming, rotating, down. Okay, this is what's wrong here. It's equals to quaternion that Euler, and we need this. Remember, we are not rotating on Z, we are rotating on Y, and we are not rotating on X, any of that. It should solve the problem, at least in theory. Yep. Oh wait, where is the radar cam, please? In scene, radar cam. Oh, you see, it's not correct. That's the whole point. Okay, and it's not rotation. I should call rotate. Dot rotate, and it's irrelevant. Okay. Now radar cam. Okay, it's looking down, but it's rotating because that's not. What the hell? Radar camera. It's not looking down, and it's continuously rotating. Huh. Now there is something not correct. My player rotation Y 0. Now if I play it and radar cam, woohoo, you shouldn't rotate, dude. First of all, let's see. Which is the correct way of rotating it? Camera, So we are rotating 90 degrees. Now if I want to rotate it this way, yeah, it's Y, and it's orthographic, and player O. Yeah, it's Y again, but that local rotation, maybe? I'm not sure. Yep. Okay, and it started rotating. Okay, at least to some extent we are correct, because now we are rotating around. If I choose the player, you see I'm looking around. Okay, but the camera is not rotating on the correct one. So I know that it's not X because X turned him down, and let's see, it shouldn't be Z2. No, radar camera. It continues rotating, but it's at least now in the correct. Okay, instead of rotating, I should say that rotation equals to quaternion, that Euler, and this guy. This should be okay. And it's not different if I say it to be rotation or anything else. It should be the same. Yeah, come on. Ha. Oh, I'm setting it to 0. No, 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 sir. It's objects dot camera dot transform dot rotation dot x, same to y, and we only rotate it on z. And let's make it at least prettier. No, and come on. Ah. Okay. I was setting it to 0. There we go. Now main camera. What's wrong with you now? 90? Ah, it's not following it. Okay. Local, of course, because it's parented. Not yet. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's see what's wrong. Come on! Again? Ah. How can I get rid of this mumbo jumbo? Okay. Camera that transform that local rotation equals to this. We are keeping the previous local rotation. Oh, come on! Okay. Before that, go step by step. Run it. Now the camera rotation 90, 0, 0. Okay? And if I rotate it on Y, that's okay. So I'll just say 90, delete, comma 90. Oh, comma 0. Now at least we are doing some things. And yep. So if I go toward this guy so that I can see at least part of the map here, and it's not rotating. Yeah, no, it's not rotating. Okay. Rotation. No, it's again wrong. 9, 6, 1. Something's wrong. Something's not correct. It's rotating, but not the way it should. What I'm doing wrong again. Objects that camera that form for rotation, quaternion Euler, X, Y, and this guy. So let's take a look at first person when I'm rotating around. Yeah, it's completely 180, 300. I'm rotating it okay, but it's nothing it here okay. Wait a minute. Am I doing it wrong? Objects. Dot player. Dot transform. Dot rotation. It's getting it, but completely wrong. Okay, rather cam. Yeah, you see it's jumping. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's not Y. X, who knows? I'll go blind because I'm not sure what's going on. So now it should stay 0. Yeah. And Z, it should stay 0 again. Yeah, it's 0 again. Although, I don't know. I really don't know. Rotation X. And in addition to that, debug.log this guy, not X, Y, and this guy should be Y again. At least now I should see some numbers. Oh, there we go. That's the problem. You see, it's going from 0 to 1. Okay. Local. Rotation. Yes. Or dot rotation dot Euler angles dot y. That's the whole point. I'm dumb. Okay. That Euler angles dot y. It was getting it in quaternion. So come on. And you see that the rudder is working okay now. So if I go there and rotate, okay, hey, it's rotating. Okay, you see that the green arrow is not moving. That's simple because it has a mouse look that has no target. So if I just add this and play, suddenly it jumps around. And what's its problem? Why so close? Mean distance? Is it not? No. Smooth look. Okay, it's a smooth look. Okay, so I will take a look at this guy in the next episode, moving the smooth look, moving the dampening, because honestly I don't think the dampening is doing something at all. So we have our radar map, guys, but this radar creation is far from end. Yeah. Okay, so before doing that, game object, create game object, call it north, put it in points, rename this guy to endpoint, and point indicator, duplicate it and call it to north indicator. And I think if oh, I don't see it. Come on, where are you? And rotate it a bit so that I have good view. If I change the main color to something else, it won't do anything. The space color won't do anything. The emissive, yeah, it changed both. So because both share the same material. There we go. So I'll just, if I can find this material, where is it? Projects from bootcamp, materials. I don't need trees. It should, no, I don't need trees. Particles, I need that. Miscellaneous, and what's there? Yeah, Okay, this is the guy. I'll just duplicate it and rename it to north, and let's rename it to anything else. North, and this is the end. This is the map plane, and what is this guy? This is the GUI, and this is the occluder. Okay, now for my north, I will add the north. Come on, what happened now? Oh, sorry, north indicator. I will add north. Come on, what's going on? North. Ah, close this guy. North. There we go. Now I can change it to something else, like and the end to something like, let's see, it would be much easier if you assign different textures, but meh. Yeah, this will do. And if I play the game now, you will see that I will have come on, both has the same target. Okay, and this guy is looking at north. Because, oh yeah, in the objects, now I have something to assign to the north. So this is the north, and it should work okay now. Again, no north. Why? It didn't move. Huh? Okay. Now object, come on, if it goes away I will thank a lot. Not here. We are checking the camera. Where is check objects? Ah, here. Okay, endpoint. North. Map plan. North indicator. What did I do? Oh, I forgot to add the north indicator. Okay, now it should work. Yep, they are close to each other because I'm just silly and put things in one place. But as I move, you will notice that they will change their space relatively. And they are separating more and more. Yeah, come on, let me through. And now we are simply going in one direction, but as I move now, again, they are separating. I fell. Anyway, so The next things remaining is the blipping system, and that when I'm getting close to the indicator for the endpoint, let me show you. Okay, so now, exactly now, you see that the endpoint is inside the radar, but the arrow is still there. We don't want that, okay? And it's simple. It's really simple. Let me add it right now. If I can get rid of this guy, you know, close it. Ah, come on. Okay, anyway. Uh, in the late update, before anything else, I'll check if the endpoint, no, objects, that endpoint, or I should say, if vector3 dot distance of object of endpoint with game objects, or I should say player dot no objects dot player dot position. Oh, come on, whoa. Objects dot player dot transform that position, and we need endpoint position that transform that position. If this is greater than settings dot, you see this radar radius, that's exactly what I want. Okay, if it's less than this, then we will say objects dot endpoint indicator dot set active to false, else objects dot endpoint indicator dot set active to true. Okay, and just to debug it, I'll debug this guy. So debug dot log this guy. Oops. And what happened just now? Come on, don't bother me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, there we go. So now at least I can estimate the distance, and it's 200 meters. And remember, in settings I set it to 5 meters. Okay, if you remember the boot camp map, I was walking in the river. It had nice particle effects. I will go through all the boot camp, especially the one that you can download from the now. Okay, here We are 19.5. Okay, if I set it to 20, you see that magically the indicator gone, it came back, it went. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, that was what we were looking. So I'll add another option because I want to keep this debug. It will help the builders. And in settings, right when I'm doing this, public bool, and we will say print radius debug info, and I'll set it to true. Print ridiculous radius debug info equals true, and here I'll just check if settings dot radius debug info, just do this, and I love ReSharper, every bit of it. So in settings now I will have this radius debug info. If I turn it off, I won't see any debug. If I turn it on, I will see the debug, and for the hell of it, 22. Okay, so that's it for this episode. It's almost 1.5 hours with my derpness, but now you have a working minimap. As long as you let me do something very fast. If I get the north, and come on, where are you? Move it somewhere else, right on the opposite side, and play it. You see, it's just moving aside. So we are having some way of minimap, but there are some things remaining. Currently we address the camera if it can rotate, but what if it can't rotate? Then as you can see, the map stopped, but we don't have any indication of where I'm looking to. Okay, and suddenly the arrows are working. Okay, but yeah, no, the arrows are not working. Why is that? I was so close to jumping off. So why is that? Because yeah, I assigned it to the same object. What now? Come on. Ooh, it went away. So it should be under the same camera. Yep. Anyway, we don't have any way of indicating the condition that camera can't rotate, and for that I will look into different ways, but the easiest way maybe is to just draw a texture GUI. It's not that easy because the texture GUI needs to rotate then, but I think the same principle of endpoint and north indicator would be easy to use. I mean that, let me do it fast. If I, no, not that, but offset to 0 and 0. Now where are you? Come on, I want to see it. Come on, where is it now? So -10, tiling to 1. What the hell is tiling? With that, offset to 0. Okay, there we go. It's a big north indicator, and let's set it to none. Now if I run it, I want to see the arrow. Oh, it's too big. Okay, so how can I tile it down? 10 and 10. Where are you now? Here. And now I can play with the offset. 5, -5, -2.5, 4, and -4. It should be in the center. No, it's not in the center yet. Okay, let me see. -5 and 5 and -5. No, it's too away. Come on. Basically what I want to do, okay, let's do it couple of Control Z so that I have it in place. What I will do is just going into textures, and where is it now? Misc. Duplicate this guy and player indicator. Okay. Sorry. So now I can show it in Explorer, open it. What the hell? Let's go to 2 hours of the video tutorial. It will be a record. Now, whoa, what did I do? Okie dokie. This guy. And zoom. Now I have a rough indication of the center point. There we go. And there we go. Now I can simply, let's show you guys what's going on. I will add a layer, remove the layer. Now yep. Okay, I'll use the lasso tool, and how can I snap? I'm not sure. Anyway, use the zoom. Okay, the lasso tool, maybe from here to here to here to here. Yep, and it's on line. Let's use it multiple times. Control 0. Okay, and move it a bit higher so that it seems like it's inserted. Okay, Control Shift S, and yeah. Okay, so now I can duplicate this guy and assign this texture to it. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Materials. Miscellaneous. GUI. Control D. And textures. Miscellaneous. Assign it. And the radar point, second radar point, will be player indicator. Okay, and now in objects, right after player, public game object, player indicator. And in checking the objects, we are doing the same thing here. Control C, Control V. But in the else, we have lots of things to do. First, this. Second, oh wait, it's dot player indicator. We don't have any player indicator. Without player indicator, the radar system will continue working, but if you chose to not rotate the radar, you will have no player direction indicator. Okay, now first dot player indicator, set the layer, and here I'll say objects dot player indicator dot transform dot position equals to new vector 3 player, remember I have it, dot transform dot position x, comma, and here I should have some things for the north indicator. It's the same. Control C. Where is it? Come on. Okay. Control V. And the same thing for Z here. Control C, comma, Control V, and it's Z, semicolon, and then objects dot player indicator dot transform dot parent equals to player dot transform dot parent. Oh, not parent, transform. Okay, now the player indicator, where is it? I don't know, but if I run now, if I select the player indicator, oh wait, I didn't assign it. Okay, so player indicator, this is the player indicator, and now play. You see, it jumped right in the place of the player, and now you don't see it because the player indicator is still using that material, but now you see that big ugly triangle. Okay, now if I choose the radar to not rotate, what happens is that the arrow shows the direction of the player. So at least now I know that I'm moving away from the endpoint and I'm moving toward the endpoint. Okay, now the only thing is to go back into the Photoshop and select the layer, Control T and Alt Shift, and reduce the size a lot, and Control S, coming back, playing the game. You see, there we go. Now the only remaining thing is that in initialize, where is it? Come on. Before initialization, I'll check if settings dot camera can rotate then we don't need any player indication. So objects dot player indicator dot set active to false. Oh, else objects dot player indicator dot set active to true. And I'm really sorry because of this glitch. I'm not sure what did keep it there. Anyway, now what else? Late update. This is the late update, not the initialize. This is the initialize. Okay. And here we go, another thing, but I can't do it in initialize. I need to constantly check it. Okay, now let's convert it to this guy. Ugly resharper. Oh, is less than this guy. There we go. And I can move up all of this. So basically what is this guy saying is that set activeness of endpoint indicator, and in here we are checking a condition. If it's less than this, then the condition is true, and we will invert it to set active. So we will set it to false. So if we are less than this, then we are getting false here. If it's not, then this condition is false. Reversing it, it will become true, and we will see the indicator. Same result, different logic, and that's it. So now I don't let the camera rotate, so I should see the indicator. There we go. But if I set the camera to rotate, I don't see the indicator, and camera can rotate easily. You can see it in minimap. Checking other things, top center is the same. Top right, of course it will be right. There we go. So here we go. We have the minimap set, but there is two remaining things. First, we don't have any blipping, and that for itself is something interesting, because I need to access something, and I want to make it public so that other scripts can have access to. We will see about it. And guys, I think I just passed 2.5 hours for just one video tutorial. But anyway, we don't use materials anymore, so I can remove it. Maps is another story. I should assign the maps. Settings, we address the layer, we address the position, we address the camera rotation, we addressed all these. Player indication color, I really don't need it for time being, but this is for blips. Radar radius, we addressed it, and radar size, we addressed it. For example, if I use 0.5, you will see that the ray minimap is lot larger, but it keeps its aspect ratio nicely. So in objects we are done. In colors and comparing it with the tags we are done. Now the bleeps will have, I don't know, maybe a list for each one of these, then loop through the list for the bleeping, and the bleeping itself is just draw GUI texture on top of the camera. It's nothing hard to do, but the thing is, if the list is large for enemy NPC on vehicle, we should check the distance of each member of those lists, and if the condition is met, then draw the texture. I'm not sure how to handle that much info. We will see about it. Okay, so no, I can't do that. I was thinking about creating another script to assign it to each object that has these tags, and any spawner that handles the enemy spawn on NPC spawn, assign that script to that game object, and that game object check the distance of itself with the player. If it was less than some distance, that is this guy, then there are the bleeps, and send the information to the radar system. That's one way of doing it. Another way is to just have lists and go through the list, but that's the same thing but doing it different way. We will see about it. So at least now we have a radar map just exactly like the boot camp. So you can easily just close this guy, and you see that there is nothing outside of it. So I'll go into prefabs and just make something like this, and I'll have the occluder and radar, and in here we have the textures. Trees I don't use, let's clean it a lot. Grass don't use. Assets maybe. Buildings of course. Cube map don't care. So in MISC we have the materials, and that's player indicator, and I didn't want to put it here. Move it to here so I can get rid of this guy. We have these particles, we need building. So if we just export this as a, of course the script, as a package, we will have our radar map, and in here you will see that I only have radar. So this is our radar map. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial up now. In next episode I will start looking to the blipping system, and that would officially end the radar map itself, but our job is not finished yet. I have something in mind especially for this guy, for this. I have something in mind for that. and to be honest, just give you some clue. It's about texturing this guy in the way it should, and because you guys may think, okay, I can just move up, rotate, take a snapshot, and that's it. Yeah, you can do that, but it's not a high resolution texture. It may bother you, and I have something in mind about it. We will see what will happen. We will see. It should be relatively easy, to be honest. I'm not sure, but it should be easy. So, see you guys in next episode. Have fun, everybody, and goodbye.